guys, and welcome to another Mad Chili video. Today, we're here at Laguna Seca, oh boy, in the Michelin Pilot Challenge GT4 and TCR. So this is multi-class. We have an Audi TCR car and the BMW and Porsche GT4s. I'm in a BMW GT4, and this is a Class C series, so I've already done 3 of these this week. All I have to do is this one. I have to complete 50% of this race, and that is my 4 MPR races, my multiplayer rating races done. I think that's what it stands for anyway, and that allows me into B class. Now, if I can get my safe rating up to 4 before the end of the season, I'll be B class. If I can keep it at what it is right now, so 3 or above, at the end of the season, I'll get promoted. All I have to do is do this one race, and that is it. I am a qualified C class up to B class driver at the end of the season, or earlier if I can. Now, this is it has a maximum field size of 40, so we've got 35 in here. Most of them are GT4s. I am the 6th best GT4 in this field on iRating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th best, 5th best GT4 on that. So we'll see what we can do. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. So, yeah. Out we go then. We haven't got any time for practice. I'm not the quickest around Laguna Seca. I've done a 1 minute 30.8, which is very quick during the race. But during qualifying, when I'm on my own, normally a 31.5, 32.0 is normally the best I can do. So we might qualify a little bit low, and then we'll just try to get through all the chaos, because that's what happens in these races, particularly when it comes to lapping cars, passing cars in this corner here. Now, on my outlap, I'll give you guys a little tour of the track. Fearsome Laguna Seca. It's a pretty interesting track, this. It's, I mean, according to, you know, I'm getting this from the description of the track from iRacing. One of the corners, is more akin to a ski slope. That is literally a bit from the description from iRacing. So, I'll show you this. So we go out of here then, into sort of 2 right-handers that are a little bit tight in this BMW. I always get a bit tight. Some people go through 4th gear here, but I find I get a better exit if I go 3rd gear. Oh, I got one off track. That's not great. Also, it's only half an X because it's half in qualifying practice. It's what it is in the race. And away we go. So, got a bit of a bad exit out of there. Obviously, this is my outlap, so and then we've got a little bit of a quick corner, and then up we go, up a hill, more up a hill, and oh look, we have a straight. No, it's a left-hander. Oh, okay, and down here. Oh, it's a right-hander. Yeah, that's the corkscrew. Known for being a bit chaotic. Yeah, it's totally blind, so that'll be interesting. Nice quick corner here, 3rd gear, very nice corner actually, with the elevation change, and brake out the 2 marker. Go straight towards the apex. You can't go over the apex though, because that is a off-track. I don't know why, it's probably the most strict off-track I've encountered in iRacing so far. And over we go, right, first corner. This is the Andretti hairpin now. This was the bit you didn't get to see in the outlap. Very tight corner this, kind of all done at 2nd gear. Try and get a good exit out of there if we can. And then through here, obviously 3rd gear, that's pretty decent through there actually. I wasn't very good at this track when the BMW series was here 2 weeks ago, but now I began to learn it in this car. Obviously I came to the Michelin Pilot Challenge, I already knew the circuit with the car a bit. Again, you know, even if I do badly in this race in terms of iRating, I just tell myself I have to do the race, because I have to do 4 races in a Class C series in order to be valid for B, and this is the only C Class series apart from the radical races that I can do without buying anything extra. And the radical races I have tried, and they are totally nuts. So there we go. Right, slowing now. Oh, we have slightly overcooked it on the corkscrew. As long as we don't, there you go. We come down, look, and we're in the gravel. That's the bit about the corkscrew that you don't know until after you've done it. You don't know how successful you've been. Now, actually, my brakes weren't strong enough there. I know why. Brake bias in this car needs to be set to about 4% around Laguna Seca. At least I find that seems to make the brakes better. Actually, let's make sure we got this yield done before we start our next lap, because obviously if we haven't got it gone, it would have invalidated our next lap. So that lap's going to be quite slow because of the yield and the rest of it. Now, I've gone to this lap now, and this is our only lap now because obviously we messed up the first one. Right, into the Andretti hairpin then, and we are good. We've had a very good little bit there. Shame, because that first lap felt quite good, and then obviously they messed up the corkscrew. The corkscrew is very easy to mess up. As long as I get one lap in, obviously if it's a 35 car field, but I do not want to be starting at the back if I want to make up places, and I do not want that, so we're going to have to get a qualifying lap in. So we'll try our best. We're doing alright at the moment though, so far on this lap. Remember to brake a bit earlier into the corkscrew. I don't care if we're slow through the corkscrew this time, I just want to not mess it up, because I don't really care what this lap is, just as long as it's not an invalid lap, that's better than nothing. There we go, we're good through there that time. Didn't end up in the gravel, that's good. Maybe a little bit slower than I would have liked through there. Also, I don't know, weirdly, the counter that tells you how you're doing has disappeared. I don't know what's happened to that. I think you can turn it back on again with a key. I think it's like F3 or something. But we're going to leave that for now. I think we've had a very good exit there, though, out of the last corner. So let's see what this is going to be. If it's in a 31, I'm going to be very happy. It's going to be a 31.9, so it's just a 31. I could do a bit better. It's only P9. But again, just as long as I'm not starting at the back, in fact, actually, it's just been knocked down to P11. So I'd like, as I said, I'm the 5th best. Okay, so we're going to be P11 on the grid because one Audi is actually quicker. So we're P11 in BMW class. Well, GT4 class, actually, because it's Porsche as well. Weirdly, the Porsches do appear to be quicker, I've noticed. Like, when I was in a race, I qualified 7th, and the top 6 were all Porsches. I was the first BMW, so we'll see what happens. I don't know whether it's just a coincidence, but the Porsches definitely look a bit quicker. Now, this is what I mean. Like, if I hadn't qualified, I would have been behind all these guys. I'm actually alright. The best I've ever done, that is a 30.8. That was in a race when I was following people. The best I've ever really done, just a regular lap, is probably like a 31.5, 31.6. So the most I could have got was only 4 places higher than where I am now. Again, I'm P11 in BMW class. I'm still P11 because that's both. And this is the thing though, the Audi TCRs will start behind us, but again, in the hands of the very quick drivers, the Audis are actually quicker than the BMs. It's the same problem as the Simlab production car series with the VWs and the Mazdas. Obviously, I'm not very quick in this BMW. I'm much quicker in the Mazda. Also, is the better drivers do this series now. So I was the 5th best BMW out of. So I'm 12th on the grid now. So I was the 5th best BMW. No, GT4. Sorry, 5th best GT4 out of, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 minus 30, so out of 28 BMW, no, 28 GT4s, no, 27 GT4s, sorry, I'm the 5th best. So half 27, you get, what's 13 and a half, so if I finish in the top 10, I'll probably gain I rating, and I'm 12th on the grid, so that's possible, definitely possible, to get top 10. We'll see what we can do in the race. Again, there might be chaos, that's generally what happens in this particular series. It's just absolute chaos, and we try to do the best we can. Now, all the guys at the back will just go backwards. I mean, these guys are doing 33s, which are really slow. So we're not going to be, unless we have a massively bad race, we're going to be able to basically take our rating at least off a few people. So the aim for this race, obviously, it being 25 minutes long, unfortunately we did get 3 incidents in qualifying, which has hurt us a little bit. That might hurt the safety rating later on, but never mind. Yeah, it being a half-hour race, that's one thing I didn't mention, actually. It's a half-hour race. Oh, hang on a minute, I know why I was slow. I had too much fuel on board, that's why I was slow. We only need 60 litres. We need, actually, I think I can get away with 50 litres, but I take 60 just to be safe. I didn't go qualifying fuel. That's why I was so slow. Because in this car, the amount of fuel makes a massive difference, because it's not like the fixed series where you have...
That's the end of the session. P12.
Where you have a maximum amount of fuel you can take. Like in the Mazda, you need 4.3 gallons for the race, and then you can only put it down to 2 for the qualifying, so it doesn't make much difference. But in this car, it's the difference between 127 is the max, and 0 is the minimum. So obviously, you know, I'd normally take 8 litres out for qualifying, so 90, that's why I'm slow. That is a little bit of a shame, isn't it? That's a little bit of a mess up on my part. But 12th place, I'm still pretty happy. I probably could have been 8th or 9th if I'd taken the fuel out. But there we go. Doesn't mean I might be able to go forward on this start, though. Again, also, it is a downside because... And you can see there, look. They're all Porsches at the front. Well, we're saying that. I think the Porsche might just be more popular because behind me there's also 2 Porsches. And there's a Porsche ahead of me and there's a Porsche to the left of me. You almost forget that BMWs are a thing in this series, to be honest. There's a BMW with, I think, 2 cars ahead in the outside lane. Yeah, we're starting on the outside, which is a bit of a shame. Inside is better here. I don't know why I put the pit limiter on. So, yeah, 60 litres of fuel. Easily enough. As I said, I could have got away with using a lot less in qualifying. That's a shame. Right, 4% on the brake bias. That helps us stop a little bit better, I found. At least in the BMW series. It helped me. So, we'll see. Right, half an hour. See what we can do. Only got 35 seconds, and obviously try and minimise safety rating. Loss, obviously we want to try and gain as much as we can. I-rating is the thing.
Thinking, David.
I may end up losing a bit of I-rating. However, I've got so lucky so far. I've done 3 races in this series, and I've gained I-rating in all of them. And apart from one of them, I barely had pace. In one of them, I got hit off by a lap Audi, and in another one, I only just realised by accident I didn't change it back from litres, so I've ended up with kilometres on my
car number 28
on my thing.
Right
oh well, we'll ignore that then. So we'll warm the tyres again. You know, see what we can do here in GT4 class. Again, we're starting pretty much in the middle of all the GT4's, so we've got all right pace. You know, my I-rating doesn't match up to how quick I am in this series. Like, I'm just very quick in the Mazda at Lymont Park. So my I-rating at the moment is very inflated because of this week. So it's probably going to go down at some point. Oh, I have learned I don't get on with the BMW GT4 that well. Like, I do. It is very, very slidey, this car. No, not slidey. It's the opposite of that. It's, like, basically very understeery until you hit a curb or something. And then it's very oversteery, and that's what I kind of hate about it. It's not difficult to spin, but it's also difficult. So you can spin it, but at the same time, it's one of those weird cars. Basically, it's understeery and oversteery, depending on what you do with it. And you can see there. Look at the top half. Look, they're almost all Porsches. Like, apart from, I think there's 2 BMWs up there. So I don't know whether, unless the first 5 cars, the top 5. Are all Porsches. I don't know if it's because the better drivers drive Porsches, but seriously, the Porsches seem quicker than the BMs. Like, they seriously do. I mean, I doubt iRacing would do that, right? They probably wouldn't, but it does seem like that. Be careful in the corkscrew. Even on the formation lap, I've managed to spin out. The one time I qualify on pole in the BMW series, I spun out on the formation lap. I was so angry. I don't know how I managed to do that. I haven't done it since. That corkscrew is so evil, though. I've got to say, it's a pretty difficult corner. As soon as somebody tries to pass you, like I lost 2 positions in the last race. I did in this series because people tried to go 3 wide with me in the corkscrew, and I was just like, no. Before I got to the corkscrew, I just let them by. Oh, I forget. The start is like right after you come around that corner. Now people are going to try to dive bomb me. The thing is, I have got that Porsche. I'm gonna let that Porsche go because I know that's technically losing me. But what? 4 incident points? Are you kidding me? 4 incident points just like that? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 4 incident points just like that? Are you kidding me? All right. 4 is okay though. We can survive this race if we only get 4. I've had a pretty shocking start. Someone else second must have got punted because. That guy behind me started second, so he must have been punted, yeah. Yeah, this is what I hate, though. This track at the start is so easy to accidentally dive bomb people and get dive bombed by people. The amount of times I've been dive bombed by people in that first corner and just been rammed is unbelievable. I don't know what that Porsche was doing coming back across the track. I don't really know why I got 4X, to be honest, but there we go. Right, we've started there. I think I'm P19, P18, so I'm not in the greatest of positions. This Porsche is going to be aggressive, I can already tell. He's flashing his lights. Obviously, oh!
The corkscrew.
What's going on? What's going on? Whoa! No!
On your right.
Ah, that's such a shame.
Off there. Right side.
That's I got 8 incident points now. It's just not what I needed. Right, we'll let this guy go.
Still there. Clear left.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! How am I? Seriously, how have I done this? I'm literally last, and I've got 8 incident points.
Turn 1.
This is the only bad start I've ever had in this series.
Quentin is leading the race.
The only bad start, and it's the one I choose to record. Oh man.
Some of you GT4's I think learn how to drive.
Oh, I can't believe this. Right, at least we're not last. Now there's 28 cars that started, no, 27 cars that started in GT4. I am now...
P19.
What? How am I P20? There were 27 cars. Wait, hang on a minute, are we saying that 7 cars crashed on the first lap? 7? Oh. It's not as bad as I thought then. I mean, it's bad, but... Wow. Wow. That shows how much carnage was in that first lap. Okay, well, that's better than I thought. The guys ahead are going to be quite slow as well. I don't know how much damage I've got now. The 8 incident points, that's a shame. However, it being a 30-minute race with so many corners, I can potentially keep roughly the same rating as long as I don't do anything else. This car is definitely quite slow, though, on the straights. Yeah, I'm definitely losing a bit of power on the straights here. Oh, I'm saying that, I still need to brake in roughly the same place for the corkscrew. No, I've gone off! Ah, that's a shame. 9X. That's not what I wanted.
The stewards warned us for cutting the track. Keep it between the white lines. You need to slow down a bit if you don't want a penalty.
Starting this race has been nuts. Right, I'm going to lose more safety rating, but again, as long as I complete 50% of the race, my only aim is to keep my safety rating above 3. As long as I can keep it above 3, because 4 was a long shot. What? How did I just get off track then?
I've had a cut warning. Keep it tidy. Please, Morgan.
I was not off track, right. Come on, I need to yield here. That was not off track, I'm sorry. That was not off track. Wait, how am I 18th? Where is my crew chief getting his math from? I'm not 18th. Also, there's an Audi directly behind me now, so that's not good. See, that's how quick the touring car guys are when we've all made mistakes. I can't believe that was... So the only bad start I've had in this entire series, believe it or not. And it happens with the one I record. I mean, P20... so we'll lose quite a bit of I rating, and I really need to finish probably in the top 11 or 12. I mean, obviously, it is a bonus that I think, including the guy who had number 2 I rating, may have crashed out, so obviously I'll be gaining I rating from him, which is a plus point. But it's absolutely mad. Yeah, and as long as I don't get any more than 10 incident points now, I mean, 8 would have been maybe been okay, but 10, it's not good. But luckily, I think the car hasn't really got much damage. It does feel okay. However, I don't think I'll be able to progress much further than this. But the only way I'm passing people, I think, is if they crash. Although there are some people now who are going to start dropping backwards because they're slow. Obviously, there was someone who did a 33 in qualifying. I mean, even with a damaged car, I could probably do better than that. However, we have got this Audi TCR behind us now, and I'm not going to fight him. If he wants to come past me, he's not even in my class. Why was that last lap not registered?
Come on, Ricardo.
What's going on here? That last lap was not registered for some reason. I'm going to be nice and just let this guy go, to be honest.
Car left. Clear left. Good job.
He's the leader of the touring car TCR class. There you go. He's saying thanks. That's good.
Slower car ahead. This guy's their class leader, but we're racing for position. You won't see the blue flag.
He's not a slower car though. I mean, if the crew chief looked at the also I don't understand what's going on with my lap time. I said not a single one has been registered yet, which is weird because the last lap I didn't actually have any incidents on it. But yeah, right now I've just got to rely on people making mistakes. Basically, that's the only way I'm gonna gain anything
just done a
from where I am.
1:02. There's an incident in the corkscrew.
Oh, okay, that's one more position then. That's P19. Decent. And that's what we've got to do all race. Just keep making up those places. And just don't get any more incidents. Try and have a clean race. I mean, you know, 10 incident points. Remember, in the SimLab production series, I got 9 incidents. And that was over 25 minutes. So over 30 minutes on a track with more corners. Obviously, I will not lose. I'll probably lose less, actually. I only lost 0.09. So obviously, hopefully, the safety rate won't be too badly affected as long as I can keep it at 10. Obviously, 8 would have been better, but, you know, hopefully we can keep it roughly steady. iRating-wise, I'm going to lose some. However, as I said, the only reason I'm even doing this race, I don't really like this series. I don't really like Laguna Seca, but because of this series being a C-Class series, there's very little free tracks on it, so I'd have to buy extra tracks, so I have to do them this week, or I have to wait 3 more weeks for Alton Park to come around. So I really wanted to get them all 4 races out of the way this week, and this is the 4th one. And I said, if you add the 3 together, I've gained about 30 iRating out of this series, so if I can lose less than 30, it will be a win. So that's the aim for this race. Obviously, I may encounter more slow people as we move on through the race. I'll probably encounter more crashes as well, obviously. Although, yeah, weirdly, none of my lap times are being counted, and that's a bit odd. I haven't had a single counted lap yet, so I don't know what's going on. Obviously, it's a bit of annoying, because I don't actually know how quick I am. However, you know, the only reason for it giving me, like before it cancelling my laps, is if I had a black flag, which I don't. So I'm a little bit confused. I'll see what this lap definitely had nothing. Okay, that was a 32. That was a 32, that last lap. I don't know why the game's not counting my laps. If anyone knows why the game's not counting my laps, maybe say. I don't know what's going on with the timing. It's broken. So it's a bit weird. I don't know what's going on. I mean, again, if I had a black flag, I could kind of understand it, but obviously I don't, because it would display on the side of the screen, and also, crew chief would have told me by now, so, a little bit strange. I don't know if it's a bug, maybe. I'm not really focused on going that quickly, to be honest. I think my car definitely has some damage in a straight line. I'm definitely slower in a straight line than I'd like to be. However, we've got, you know, we've got 9.5 seconds to the guy ahead. I think he might actually be pulling away, though. Because the thing is, I'm capable of doing a much better lap, but I'm not doing those better laps at the moment because of, well, I'm definitely slow in a straight line. I can already tell that much. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, I thought I'd gone off then in the corkscrew. I didn't though. Now, hopefully, if that touring car guy can go and get the GT4's, maybe that will cause some issues for them. Maybe they'll spin out. I don't know. Also, this track's very easy to make mistakes on. It's very easy to just lose it in the corkscrew. Almost certainly said I managed to do it on a formation lap once, so... And that's the end of the day, really. I mean, despite the craziness that I have encountered in this race, still being here, remember there was 27 GT4 cars, yeah? 27. Oh, there you go, that lap.
Fastest lap of the race.
That lap time count. No, it wasn't. But yeah, that lap time was counted. I don't really know what I did that lap that was different to all the others.
20 minutes.
And there you go, so I'm doing a 32, so that's actually not bad. A 32.3, really I'd like to be in the mid-31s, maybe the higher 31s, because I'm not following anybody, I'm not getting any kind of draft, so it kind of implies that maybe I have got a bit of damage. Obviously, I mean, I did have a couple of quite hard hits. Luckily, the car's not overheating, or anything like that, so that's good. Obviously, because this thing does have an engine overheating warning. The engine on this thing does actually overheat easily. It's really easy to overheat the engine on this thing if you draft somebody for too long. After about maybe 10 minutes, you start getting warnings, and it does start to slow you down. So, obviously, we'll have to keep an eye on that. But yeah, this may be a bit of a boring video for everybody, but I hope you enjoy the track at least. Obviously, it's quite a good practice for me, this, really. Obviously, the more laps I can get around Laguna Seca, probably the better, really. So it won't be the most successful race in terms of iRating or safety rating, thanks to the start. I said I kind of accidentally punted somebody, I think, maybe, obviously, because I'm always scared of getting dive bombed in the first corner here. I think I accidentally dive bombed somebody else while being afraid of being dive bombed. And then, obviously, somebody else spun out in the corkscrew, and, you know, you can't really avoid that. It's just...
B18,
I mean,
sector 3 is 8.2 off the pace.
How am I 8.2 off the pace? That's not actually possible, you know. I don't know, the crew chief is so bugged with that pace thing. But a 32.1, that's the thing, a 32.1 is decent, considering I definitely have damage, because I can tell down the straight that I'm a little bit down. Not a lot, but I'm definitely down a bit. But I think we are slowly closing on the guy ahead, you know. So, if we can keep that up and maybe finish P17 or something, Matt obviously will be... I mean, I think we're closing maybe half a second a lap, so... maybe we can think about that. Obviously, passing will be quite difficult. I think we are getting roughly half a second a lap here, so that's good. So on the last lap, the gap was 8.7 seconds, so we'll see what it is on this lap. My last lap was the best one. We're not even halfway through yet either, so obviously we've got plenty of time. So 8.7 seconds was the gap. He will go through the line, and it will basically compare his time to mine last lap. So according to that, the gap should have come down 1.8 seconds. Now once it knows what my lap is, which is slightly slower, actually no, it was my best.
Lap of the race.
So actually we closed about 1/10 up, 1/10 of a second up, so not a lot, unfortunately. But that was my best lap. That was actually the first 31, which I'm really pleased with, to be honest. The 31, given, you know, the craziness that's happened in this race, the damage I have as well. I don't really mind, you know. I know I have pretty horrendous damage. Well, not horrendous, it's okay, but you can clearly see down the straight down here I'd normally get into 5th gear no problem. Corkscrew I'd probably normally go much closer to the rev limiter than I am, so you can tell that the car is losing pace on the straight line. So a 31.9 with that damage is very impressive. Obviously, as that touring car gets closer to those two, maybe potential for some carnage to happen. You never know. Because obviously I just let him by because I was nice, but obviously he's not a lap car, so they don't have to let him by. But obviously that could potentially spell issues if that happens. But yeah, other than the sort of first 2 or 3 laps that were very eventful, we've been very good. I mean, it's 15, you know, roughly a 20 lap race, so we're just coming up to the halfway point now, which I'm really pleased, really, with how this race has gone so far. Obviously, apart from the start, the rest of the race, you know, our recovery, obviously, as I said, I'm happy about the amount of people that crashed out at the start. I was kind of shocked by that. I thought we'd be 26th place, and we were actually 20th, and then another guy went out and we were 19th, so 19th is very, very good, really.
15 minutes left. All right.
I mean, right now this is basically a glorified test session. Obviously, I did slightly. Maybe if I hadn't messed up qualifying, again, that's how these races go. If you qualify further up, you can generally, you know, that was the one thing that was different. All the other races in this series, I've started in the top 10. I was 12th. So maybe, you know, I think my lowest qualifying position before this was like 7th or 8th. So maybe not forgetting to put that, the fuel meant that I was involved in much more of the chaos. Although second place was one of the cars that ended up turned around and battling with me. So it wasn't just me that had issues on the first lap, it was the front row guys as well.
Thank you.
No problem, man.
But right now, just trying to learn the track a bit more. Obviously, the more corners I do now without getting an incident, the better my safety rating will be at the end.
Last lap was at 132.44.
And even though I'm going to lose I rating, which I am, I'm not going to lose as much as if I would have finished last. Obviously, really, I think I would have only gained I rating for finishing in the top 10, so obviously 19th is going to definitely lose me I rating. Also, somehow, there's a lap car appearing on my screen.
Incident in the corkscrew.
Oh! What's happened? What's happened up in the corkscrew? What's happened? Is that something for me to... I think it's cleared. I think it's cleared. There's a new guy, actually, in 17th, I think. No. Actually, okay, we're alright. I don't know what the incident was. Maybe someone just went in the gravel and the crew chief read it as an incident. That can sometimes happen. We'll see what position I am in now. Obviously, if someone crashed and then despawned, got towed. Obviously, there's no fast repairs in this series either, because it's a Class C series, not a Class D series, so... But we'll see where we are now. I think we are going to be still 19th somehow. Yep.
That was at 132.54.
Getting a bit slower again, actually. I don't know if that's the damage or whether maybe tyres or whatever. The TCR car is getting through the lap traffic no problem. But yeah, just the more laps I can turn here, the better. Like, the more corners I hit, wow. Obviously, every single corner I do without an incident, that puts up my safety rating and kind of forgives the earlier mishaps. Now, obviously, 10x will definitely, I think, lose me safety rating. Maybe the fact that it happened at the start, maybe that will help me. I don't know.
P19.
I know that, crew chief. Been P19 for ages. Obviously, yeah, it's a bit of a disappointing race this, but what can you do, I guess? There you go, across the line we go, and on to lap 13. We're still 19th place.
P17. Your lap time was at 132.50.
Why does he think I'm 17th, the crew chief? He said that a few times now. Right, I'm not P17. In fact, the lap time board. Oh!
Turn 4. Looks like it's Lucas.
Okay, that's interesting. I think he's recovered, but that is that car ahead.
The next car is Lucas.
So someone else made a mistake. He was using 15th and he made a mistake, so that's somebody else for me to chase down now. Although unfortunately I was so far away, but yeah, that didn't really help, did it? Maybe he has damage, I don't know. The thing is, the fact he was in 15th doesn't suggest he was slow, so...
10 minutes remaining, 10 minutes. Incident in rainy curve. It looks like Lucas.
Oh, he's gone off again.
Keep your wits about you, mate.
Right, there we go then. Okay. That's P18 then. So that's one more position. That's good. That's good for I rating.
Lumi, just stay behind, mate.
Given he's gone off in 2 laps at once, so that kind of suggests, oh, they're having a bit of a battle, are they? Between touring car and GT4. They shouldn't be doing that. There you go, so yeah, 18th, that's better. That's one more position, that helps the I rating. This Porsche, we may have to defend from it. I don't know, given the fact he made 2 errors in 1 lap, though, suggests maybe it's got a bit of damage and maybe it's a bit twitchy. I don't know. I mean, really, I should be quicker than him, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. I was on the brakes a bit late, actually. No, I thought I was on the brakes way too late there. We were actually alright. Okay.
Thank you.
Hasn't been my best race around Laguna Seca. I'm capable of laps that are better than this, definitely. I mean, I think it is the damage partially. I know I keep saying that, but I think it is. Oh no! I thought I'd gone off there, and if I'd gone off, obviously that would have been 1 more incident point. We don't really want that. We've already got 10, so... And that Porsche behind us is slowly dropping away. The amount of people saying sorry suggests there's quite a few crashes going on. Or bumps or whatever.
There's an incident in turn 3.
Okay, turn 3, where's... That is the corner just coming up. That's the lap touring car, I think, there. Actually, no, it's coming out of the pits. I don't know what the incident was then. Unless the crew chief thought somebody coming out of the pits was the incident. I don't really know why they'd think that. Car got a bit loose then, not great. But yeah, P18, I said it, I mean, it's a bit better. Obviously, every position we get will help our I rating. Again, I've gained about 30 out of doing this series this week, so if I can...
The corkscrew.
Oh, what's going on here? Whenever I see that, I just wait for carnage. As soon as I hear that there's an incident in the corkscrew.
Slower class car ahead.
Whey! Did not expect that. BMW just come out of nowhere. Is this Audi going to get out of my way? I mean, he should, but he isn't. Okay, is he coming to the pits?
Left side's clear.
Okay, he's been nice. And there we go. Okay, so that is P17 now, I think. Wait, it might be 16, because there's a... Yeah.
P13.
Someone else crashed. P15. D16, I mean. That's decent. Alright.
Morgan, you've got half your fuel left.
We're only 4 places away from where we qualified now, actually. I've only just noticed. We're actually really not far. That's good. That's really good. Obviously, this Lumia behind us, car 29, he is going to be quick, I think. Obviously, he was roughly keeping pace with me, so maybe he has damage after his spin, but it's not so easy in going now. So yeah, someone else must have gone off in the corkscrew then, and then he must have crashed into them or something. That's probably what happened. But yeah, this is such a fun series, though, if I'm honest. It is fun. Maybe I'd like to try the Porsche, however, I haven't bought the Porsche. Obviously, you know, I'm not going to buy a car if I've got one for free, am I? Well, not free. The BMW isn't free. It's just one I bought to do the BMW 12 challenge. I haven't really done anything with the BMW 12 challenge. I did one race to keep up my series streak. If you can do 8 weeks of a series within a season, you get $4 from iRacing. To put towards add-ons and the like.
Left. Nice and smooth with that throttle. Keep it balanced.
So if I can do that, it'd be good. So, yeah, the aim here is just literally to try and keep this guy behind me, because he is definitely closing. My lap time's now starting to drop off. Probably,
132.
I think I'm roughly a second lap slower than I should be, which makes that 31 really good, because I've noticed I am starting, obviously my tyres are dropping off. So obviously the tyres, maybe I'm half a second slower a lap, I don't know. But I'm definitely slower. Oh, well, someone's not getting out of the way. So that guy is half a second behind us, so he's gaining. Although I'm very quick through that corner because I don't follow the driving line. Maybe if that guy has it turned on and follows it, or maybe he thinks that that's the best one. Fair enough.
Push or we'll lose this place.
Again, I don't really need the driving line to be turned on, to be honest. I just left it on now. But alright section through there. This is good. Maybe I'll come to the end, because this is on to lap 18 now. We're only going to be doing 20 laps, so yeah. Or maybe even 19 laps, depends on how quick I've been. So, we are coming to the end of the race. But yeah, P16. I mean, really, considering the stupid start we had, finishing roughly in the middle of the field, only 4 places behind where we qualified, I'll take that. Obviously I may lose a bit of safety rating, but that's why I never rage quit in iRacing though, you know? That's why I don't go, oh, I'm not going to do anything now I'm at the back, because when I was at the back, I was P20. I've gained 4 places, you know? And that 4 places will massively help my iRating. You know, every little position helps. And obviously also, the thing with rage quitting in iRacing is because of how safety rating works. Yeah, because of how safety rating works, it also means... Oh, got a bit loose out of there. Yeah, because of how safety rating works, the more corners that you do, the better your safety rating is. And therefore, obviously if you get 10x and then rage quit, you're going to get a stupid amount of loss in safety rating terms. However, that's not going to happen to you if you get, you know, if you get the full race done, because it'll average out.
1:33.26.
So yeah, I'm not going the quickest now. I mean, I did slightly mess up the corkscrews. That's probably why. Managed to get that BMW behind me, so hopefully that'll keep happening.
Ben, just let me by! Yeah, let him by.
Yeah, the leader of the touring cars there, not massively happy, although he's got a massive lead, because obviously the first place touring car passed me. Second place touring car, nowhere to be seen, so he's got a pretty healthy lead, so he doesn't really need to rush getting past people. But yeah, that guy is really sticking to us here. We've had a bit of a poor last couple of laps now. Obviously, I don't really want him to hit us, because that'll damage my safety rating much further. I'm very good through the corkscrew against him, because I am quick. Without a damaged car, I'd be way quicker than him. I think this is going to be on to the last lap now. So this lap's going to be white flag, I think. Yep, last lap. So, all we've got to do is keep this guy behind us for one more lap. That's all we've got to do. Now, he's only 0.4 seconds away, so he is within dive bomb range. My lap was alright though, 32.9 towards the end of the race with damage.
That lap time was 1:33.00.
But he's definitely going to try it. The thing is, I don't want to be wrecked. That's the thing that I've got to try and keep in mind. It's like, well, yeah, P16 would be nice, but if I was to hit him and get another 4x, that would be really bad. That would be really bad for my safety rating.
2 minutes to go, 2 minutes.
I'm much quicker than him through that corner. I get a really good exit, so that helps me. Because then he can't attack me in this later bit of the track and the corkscrew. There you go, he's a second behind now. He must have tried a bit too hard maybe to get me, because he's a second behind, so that's decent, that's good.
Right, the guy ahead of us is Romero.
All we've got to do now is do this right, there we go.
You have 10 incidents. There's an
There you go,
incident
10
in turn 11.
incidents. Well, someone got off on the last lap, no.
Looks like P3's gone off in the Andretti hairpin.
Ignore that, because obviously it's the last lap.
Incident in turn 1. We think it might be Petri.
Right's clear.
He just hit me right at the end. I don't know who's there actually. Alright, across the line we go then. Whoa, P15?
Yellow
Wait,
flag.
did someone else crash? Did someone else crash?
15. That's the end of the race.
Oh, cool.
Never mind.
Wait, so I only finished 3 places behind where I started. That's mad. Right, there we go. Oh, I can't believe that, but P15, I'll take that. After all of the carnage that we had at the start, I'll definitely take that. And some of the guys that went out well, some of them were actually quite high rated, so that's, there was number 12 car, number 15 car, number 13 car, so they all had obviously quite good I ratings, so hopefully we're going to lose a bit of I rating, but that extra little bit of P15, I don't know how we did that, to be honest. P13, like literally only a couple of places off where we started in the end, which is really good. So we just need to wait now for the results to come through. My safety rating obviously is quite bad. Only 34 I rating. I'll take that. That's basically how much we've gained in doing this series this week. Safety rating is only down to 3 point. It's still within 3.5, but didn't lose a massive amount. If I hadn't gone off track, it might have actually stayed equal. So that's okay. And there we go. So that's all right then. Would have been nice to be a bit higher, but I'll take that, to be honest. As I said, my I rating's a bit inflated at the moment, so only losing 30 is very good, because earlier obviously I gained quite a bit in that series, so my I rating is basically still around 2,500, which is really good. Today hasn't been great for actual incident points, but, you know, again, and that now means if we go and look at my profile, I'll just pause the recording here and then bring it up. So there it is. There is my licenses. You see, there is my road license. That is the one that matters. Safety rating is still 3.5, and you can see there, ready for promotion. My safety rating is above 3.0, and we have completed our MPR. Those are the 4 races that we needed to do in the 4 races we had to do in a Class C series to be able to get Class B. We've done those, so now if we wait till the end of the season and the safety rating doesn't drop, we're okay. And if we get a 4 safety rating before the end of the season, we'll be able to fast track up to Class B as well. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that one. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!